All right, basketball fans, good evening and welcome back for another night of Lady Indian basketball. This is Adam Presswood, and I'm coming at you live from the Fort Zumwalt East High School Gymnasium. We're about 3 minutes away from the start of this game. I'm joined by my partner, cameraman, and brother, Chris Presswood. And together we're going to try our best to bring you a good solid game. We do have a slightly compromised view. I want to start off by thanking the staff here at Fort Zumwalt East. They have worked and worked and worked to get us the best placement for broadcasting possible here in this gym, and we have it. But we do have only a partial view of one of the scoreboards. So while we can see the score, we can't always see the clock or the fouls for that matter. But we'll do the best we can. We're right up the seats from the scorer's table, so I'll do my best to interpret from up here and not rely on the clock. In the meantime, lineups starting first with Fort Zumwalt East. We're going to see number 3, Quiera Johnston, a 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 4, Macy Ferrier, a 5'8" junior guard. Number 5, Riley Carmichael, a 5'7" junior guard. Number 10, Kelsey Finnewald, a 5'5" junior guard. Number 15, Liz Behan, a 6-foot sophomore center. Number 22, Emily Wright, a 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 23, Jalen Head, a 5'6" freshman guard. Number 24, Mayla Wolbling, a 5'8" sophomore forward. And number 33, Lauren Stern, a 5'8" junior forward. And they've robbed us of the last 2 minutes that were on the warm-up clock, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to go ahead and get started. So I apologize for that. We'll bring you starting lineups at the same time that they're brought out onto the court.
As well as to maintain the standards of sportsmanship required in these athletic contests. We respectfully ask all spectators to cheer in a positive manner for their team and refrain from any negative cheers or behaviors. Would you please rise as we
Actually, it looks like we are going to do a national anthem, so we'll cut away and be right back. All right, we're back and awaiting the announcement of tonight's starters. Ellsbury, the visiting team, will start Kaylee Martin, a 5'4" senior guard. Number 32, Madison Kinsler, a 5'7" senior guard. Number 15, Josie Horn, a 5'8" junior guard. Number 25, Megan Hagemeyer, a 5'9" junior forward. And number 41, Anna St. Pierre, a 5'8" senior forward. The head coach of the Ellsbury girls basketball team is Carrie Koch-Dowell. For Fort Zumwalt East,
a 5'7" junior, number 5, Riley
Number 5, Riley Carmichael, a 5'7" junior guard.
At the other guard for the Lions, a 5'6" freshman, number 23, Jalen Head.
Number 23, Jalen Head, a 5'6" freshman guard.
Forward, a 5'8" sophomore, number 24, Maya Welby.
Number 24, Maya Welbling, a 5'8" sophomore forward.
5'8" junior, number 33, Lauren Stern.
Number 33, Lauren Stern, a 5'8" junior forward.
And starting at center for the Lions, a 6-foot-tall sophomore, number 15.
And number 15, Liz Behan, a 6-foot sophomore center. The head coach for Fort Zumwalt East is Melanie Schmidt. All right, we are set. All right, and it will be Behan jumping against Megan Hagemeyer. You don't very often see Megan Hagemeyer in a height mismatch like that. But height doesn't always mean hops. It does tonight, though, as Behan tips it into the backcourt, and the Lions have it. Baseline drive by the Lions,
she almost traveled.
nearly resulted in a turnover. And we've got it tied up on the floor. It's a jump ball with the arrow favoring the Indians. It's a pass from Calvin into the high post. Hagemeyer dribbles all the way around before giving it up to Josie Horn. Horn gives it back, and Hagemeyer with the rare 12-foot floater. And just a little too quick to get back on defense, and she's going to get called for the block as well, I believe.
Kaylee Martin.
Kaylee Martin. They're saying number 2, not number 25. At any rate, it's a 2-0 early Ellsbury lead. And the baseline pass intended for number 33, Lauren Stern, goes out of bounds. Madison Kinsler brings it across the timeline for Ellsbury, and there's a bounce pass to Hagemeyer at the high post. So I've not seen Hagemeyer play in that area a lot this season. She's usually right down underneath running the baseline. They've switched up a little bit since the Winfield tournament, and I noticed that Tess Weekly is still not dressed. I assume she's still suffering from the effects of that turned ankle during the Boom tournament. And there's a Lions turnover as Kaylee Martin brings it across for the Lady Indians. And she goes over to the left and finds Madison Kinsler. Kinsler gives it right back, the long 2, and Martin drains it. It's 4-0.
Ellsbury doing a full court press early on, which pays off.
Nice ball movement from Josie Horn to Megan Hagemeyer, and Hagemeyer lays it in off the glass. It's 6-0, and Fort Zumwalt East takes their first timeout. We'll be back.
At Ellsbury Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at MedicineShopRx.com.
All right, coming out of the timeout, Ellsbury sticks with its recipe. Madison Kinsler, Kaylee Martin, Josie Horn, Megan Hagemeyer, and Anna St. Pierre. Here come the Lions. They have yet to get on the board. Really, they have yet to penetrate much, except a couple of baseline passes that were thrown away. That's what they were looking for, and they get the putback. It's no good either. They get yet a third rebound from the top of the key, and the Lions still can't convert. Fort Zumwalt East looks to be wanting a three. I didn't see them take very many during warm-ups, but they're not. Still stuck on the outside is Fort Zumwalt. And this has been a mismatch so far. There's a shallow dribble inside, and the long two is good. So the Lions finally get on the board at 6-2, a 4-point Ellsbury lead. Madison Kinsler now with possession, and she finds Josie Horn over on the left side. Horn runs it in, and the shot falls short, as does Hagemeyer's putback, and the Lions have the ball. Off the glass, and the Lions miss another one. Kinsler slows it down and brings it across the timeline. There's a pass to Hagemeyer once again at the high post. And Hagemeyer, I thought she was just going to wait to give it back. Did a little bit of dribbling before finding Horn. Horn didn't follow the shot. That was off the rim. But Ellsbury controls the rebound nonetheless. Martin from three, it's no good. Rebounded by St. Pierre, whose shot doesn't fall, but she draws the foul. That one is on number 5, Riley Carmichael. Chris, we're in luck. These refs are loud and they have big hands. So I don't have to work hard, and I don't have to look at the scoreboard. St. Pierre sinks the first. And the second as well. 8-2 now. There's a
full
Lion
court press
turnover.
still working.
Horn on the outside. Nice pass inside to Hagemeyer. The shot came too soon. I think she was afraid she was about to lose it.
Yeah, she rushed.
And Fort Zumwalt East throws up a prayer. And I guess sometimes those are answered because it's 8-4. That one rolled in. St. Pierre at the high post finds Hagemeyer, who took a rare long two-point attempt. It's no good, and there's a foul on the rebound. That is on number 23, Jalen Head, her first.
Don't know what that was about.
I don't either. I was just not going to comment because quite a bit of confusion down there for nothing. I don't. And Ellsbury inbounds. Kinsler now with the basketball. It's thrown right into the hands of the Lions, and I think
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, did she? Okay, I was going to say, I thought maybe Josie Horn got her in the back.
Or no, maybe that is what they're calling now.
All right, she did. She looked guilty. She drew her hands back real quick, which is something you never want to do, but you always do anyway.
Her first, team second.
And there's a foul on Kaylee Martin. Her second, I believe. And number 20, Sydney Pickard, checks in as Kaylee Martin takes a seat. Is it a 3-2 zone Ellsbury's running that just gets shuffled around, or am I not seeing it right?
No, I think they might be doing a 1-2-2.
Fort Zumwalt did a good job working that ball inside. The shot doesn't fall, and Ellsbury has the rebound. Out of bounds, last touched by the Lady Indians. Chris Ellsbury came out hot, but all of a sudden they look deflated. And it's early to look dejected, especially when you're up by 4, even though it's not a high-scoring first quarter. Now it looks more like a 2-1-2. The long 2 doesn't fall for the Lions. It's out of bounds. Last touched by Zumwalt. Pickard at the top of the key. Spins to protect and draws the foul. That's against number 23.
That's her second.
Jalen Head, yeah.
Foul called on the Lions, number 23, Head. Her second, team third.
Not a smart foul. Baseline pass to Hagemeyer, who turns around and lays it off the side.
I think she had it blocked. She's tried. She shot 6 times this quarter.
I thought it hit the underside of the rim and then was slapped away, but the Lions finally get it inside. Oh, it's in and out. And the score stays 8-4. We've got under a minute remaining here in the first. Kinsler with a nice bounce pass to St. Pierre. St. Pierre gives it up to Pickard. Pickard with the baseline move to the basket and gets it to fall. It's a 6-point Ellsbury lead. And Zumwalt East fails twice to score. They do draw the foul finally. That is against number 32, Madison Kinsler. I believe that's her first. And it sends number 33, Lauren Stern, to the stripe. She misses the first. Misses both. Rebounded by Megan Hagemeyer. Kinsler takes it all the way in, and the 12-footer finds purchase. There's the buzzer. The desperation toss by Zumwalt is no good. So after one, the score 12-4 in Ellsbury's favor, and we'll be back.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, Chris, if you were Fort Zumwalt, what would you be working on in the timeout to change things coming out into this second quarter?
Well, they've been frustrated by the early full court press, so they've got to find a way to beat that. And, you know, for having the size advantage, they haven't really been able to be too impressive in the paint. So I don't know. If they can beat that press, we'll see what happens.
If you were Ellsbury, would you change anything?
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
No, the press seems to have Fort Zumwalt frazzled a little bit, and when they do break it, they seem to be rushing, so I would stick with it.
All right, a little bit of lineup change for Ellsbury. Madison Kinsler and Megan Hagemeyer and Sydney Pickard all still out there, but Tyra and Tanisha Henderson have joined us as well. And there is a near steal.
The smallest person on the court.
Yeah, exactly. Zumwalt hangs on, but barely. There we go. From just inside the key, number 33, Lauren Stern, banks it in, and it's 12-6.
She thought about it.
Ooh. Yeah, she stepped inside and was about to chuck it. Thought better of it. Pickard for the long two. It's in and out. Rebounded by the Lions. They're going to take it coast to coast. The layup doesn't fall, and Megan Hagemeyer has the rebound. And nearly got credited with the knockout as well. Boy, if those elbows ever do connect, somebody is going down for the count. Pickard's shot doesn't fall. Here comes Zumwalt all the way to the hole, still no good. Rebounded by Kinsler. Out of bounds, last touched by Ellsbury.
Ellsbury's penetrating, but then they pick up their dribble once they do and look for somebody else. I don't know.
Well, I guess, is it the size difference now that the Henderson girls are in that's causing Zumwalt to meet us at the timeline and trap right away?
It might be.
They weren't doing that in the first. Good ball movement by Zumwalt. And that one falls to bring them within 4. It's 12-8.
Yeah, a little bit of a mismatch in the paint there.
Hagemeyer at the high post. Finds Henderson. Henderson for the long two, no good. And we've got a whistle down underneath. It's against Maya Wolbling. And Megan Hagemeyer and Sydney Pickard both take a seat as Josie Horn and Claire Henry, I believe, come in. Yes, number 10, Claire. Henderson to Henderson. And And the ball now in the hands of Kinsler. Bounce pass to Tanisha. Tanisha's shot rolls off the front of the rim, and the Lions have the rebound. Shallow penetration. The shot doesn't fall. Henry has the rebound. The Lions have come out stronger here in the second quarter. I'll have to give them credit.
Well, it looks like Ellsbury is pulled off on the full court press also.
Kinsler from the top of the key.
There she goes.
Nice. 15-8. Nice insurance policy.
She's been looking for it for a little while.
And the Lions get it inside.
Yep, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Two, I believe that was number 15, Behan, who made it look easy. Kinsler again from the top of the key.
Too
That's
short.
gonna, yeah, I knew the minute it left. Claire Henry tried to save it.
They're going to have to get Megan Hagemeyer back in to even out some of the height advantage.
And as you say that, Kaylee Martin checks in. So there is still a height advantage for Zumwalt. Ellsbury inbounds. Henderson's shot is easily knocked out of it. Well, no, it stayed in. Knocked out of her hands anyway. She got it back and was gutsy enough to make a baseline drive that didn't convert, but she's going to go to the stripe. That foul is on Quiera Johnston, number 3. Henderson's first shot misses. Once again, I do apologize if I'm butchering any pronunciations. Henderson gets the second one to rattle in there. (16-10) now in Ellsbury's favor, and the Lions fail to convert on that trip as well. Henderson has it knocked away, but gets back to it. There we go. At the whistle, Megan Hagemeyer checks back in, and Kaylee Martin takes a seat. Horn inbounds to Henry, who gives it right back. And Horn has it stolen away. Here come the Lions, the 2-on-1, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Ellsbury. Madison Kinsler comes back in as Josie Horn sits down. I think Horn might have been a little too timid on that last play. From a coaching standpoint anyway. The Lions for 3, no good, but they get the rebound. Good ball movement down inside, and they draw the foul. That's going to go against Claire Henry. Behan hits the first. Hearing that foul called on Claire Henry reminds me a couple years ago, her sister Emma fouled a girl at Louisiana so hard that people listening at home heard it. Behan makes good on them both at 16-12. It was loud. She hit that girl hard.
Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Dangerous pass.
From the top of the key, unbelievable. The three-pointer brings it to within one with just over 2 minutes remaining in the half. And at that, Coach Carrie Cokedell is going to take, is it a 30 or a full? I can't, it is a full, and we'll be back.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
All right. Out of the timeout, Ellsbury sends Megan Hagemeyer, Tanisha Henderson, Claire Henry, Tyra Henderson, and Madison Kinsler. It's a one-point game all of a sudden. I'll tell you what, Chris, when she threw that three-pointer up from the top of the key, I didn't think it had a prayer.
It was a good shot.
It looked like it was just way too high, didn't have enough arch.
And it didn't hit anything but net.
I'll tell you, heartbreaker. Hagemeyer has her shot blocked. That's something she doesn't experience a lot of. But Behan has a good, probably 3 inches on her. I don't know how that wasn't a backcourt violation.
It was tipped by us.
Oh, okay.
And Hagemeyer tried to return the favor.
That'll send Behan back to the stripe. Behan hits the first, and this game is tied as Anna St. Pierre checks in for Megan Hagemeyer. The second one looked like it was going to rattle in, but it fell just a bit short. We stay tied. Ooh. Another Lion steal all the way to the glass. The shot doesn't fall, and Claire Henry has the rebound. That was nasty looking underneath there. Kinsler with the bounce pass to Henry, who hands it right back. And
There's a
there's
lot
another
of
steal.
confusion.
Somehow that ball ended up back in the hands of the Lady Indians, and Tyra Henderson brings it across. Bounce pass to St. Pierre in the high post. St. Pierre has it stripped right out of her hands, but we've got a whistle.
Into the Lions 33, Stern. Foul called on the Lions, number 3, Johnston, her second, team 6.
All right, Kinsler inbounds to Henry. Henry, as per usual, keeps it for about a split second. Kinsler wanted the pass to Tyra Henderson. But we've got a foul on Maya Wobling instead that's going to send Madison Kinsler to the stripe. This game is still tied. And I have just been made aware that I am transposing the first names of our Henderson girls. I apologize for that. The shot doesn't fall, and Behan has the rebound. That was a dangerous pass, but it paid off.
And she's tall enough she can get it.
The shot didn't fall, but we've got a whistle. That's against number 10, Claire Henry. Ooh, Behan's first shot rattles back out. She made good on the second, and I believe that is Zumwalt's first lead of the game. 17-16, and Sydney Pickard checks back in as Claire Henry takes a seat. It's out of bounds, last touched by the Lions. Under a minute remaining as Tanisha Henderson brings it across and finds Pickard on the outside. Pickard wanted to make a break to the basket, but found that lane closed off. Instead, she gives it up to Kinsler, who has it stolen, and now it's on the floor. Out of bounds, last touch by Ellsbury. Number 23, Jalen Head, checks back in for the Lions. From the high post, the shot doesn't fall. Behan with the rebound and the putback, and that gives the Lions a 3-point lead, 19-16, with under 20 seconds remaining in the half. Henderson with the bounce pass, and Tyra Henderson's shot doesn't fall. We've got a whistle, and it's going to come back Zumwalt's way. And the desperation three-pointer falls just a little bit short. There's the buzzer. It's 19-16, a 3-point Zumwalt lead at the half, and we'll be back. Or did we have a whistle? She's staying out there like she's going to shoot.
I think they looked like they had fouled her. You know, the Indians only put up 4 points in that second quarter.
Sit tight, fans. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. And apparently I'm not the only one. They're going to call a foul on Madison Kinsler. Wow, it'll send Jalen Head to the stripe. She misses the first. But drains the second. Drains the third as well. It's 21-16, and just like that, Zumwalt goes up by 5. We'll be back.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Missouri's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Ellsbury Democrat. Log on to www.ellsburydemocrat.com today.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Ellsbury Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
All right, we are back. If you're just joining us, the score once again is 21-16, now in favor of the Fort Zumwalt East Lions, who mounted a pretty impressive comeback in the second quarter. The crowd has thinned out somewhat. A lot of the people in the stands left after the halftime dance routine. Let's see what kind of a lineup Ellsbury goes with coming out of the halftime break. And it's going to be Madison Kinsler, Megan Hagemeyer, Kaylee Martin, Josie Horn, and Anna St. Pierre. Nice ball movement along the baseline. And a rare miss by Behan, rebounded by Madison Kinsler, who might take this one all the way down. She doesn't. She gives it up to Kaylee Martin, whose long two is no good. Rebounded by Lauren Stern. Out of bounds, last touched by Ellsbury somehow. It's a foul against Megan Hagemeyer. That sends Behan to the stripe. She hits the first. Hagemeyer takes a seat and Claire Henry comes back in. Behan misses the second. It's a 6-point Lion lead, and Kaylee Martin is going to bring it across for the Lady Indians. She finds Claire Henry at the high post, and there's a turnover. That combination of Lauren Stern and Liz Behan has proven to be a painful one for Ellsbury ever since the end of the first. Lions for three. It's off the front. Last touched by Zumwalt. And that is the backcourt violation I thought I saw earlier, only this time it's against Ellsbury and unquestionable. Good work by Ellsbury to force the turnover. Here comes Kinsler. Let's see if we can get back to the Colonel's original recipe that was working for us so well in the first. Martin with the shallow baseline drive, and she draws the block. That's going to go against Jalen Head.
That's three.
Number 3, Quiera Johnston, is going to check in. She hurt us a little bit in the second. A lot of those turnovers she forced, so I don't like to see her come back in. That's not a relief at all. And just like that, Johnston knocked the inbounds pass right back out. So Ellsbury will try it again. Horn's trip to the basket, sees it stuffed right back into her face. but it's out of bounds, last touched by Zumwalt, so Ellsbury gets to keep it. Claire Henry, no. Oh, she was in great position. I thought she was just going to spin, lay that off the glass and go, but not so much. It's another Ellsbury turnover as Jalen Head checks back in.
I think they're almost surprised to turn around and not see a defender there.
Yeah.
There, Ellsbury starting with the pressure again. Good.
That foul's going to go against Claire Henry.
Good job.
Yeah, nice pressure. Forced a turnover. Let's see if Ellsbury can capitalize on that. They have yet to score in this quarter. St. Pierre to Horn, and Horn with the steps. So a wasted opportunity.
Kaylee Martin had a good shot at a baseline shot there and chose to kick it back out.
Claire Henry takes a seat as Tyra Henderson checks back in. And a nice move to the basket by Behan. Puts the Lions up by 8. I don't know, I almost wish Kinsler had taken that shot.
She had a good look.
Good bounce pass to St. Pierre.
Not sure who she was passing that one to.
Yep, it's thrown away. It's going to go back to the Lions. Number 31, Bristol Jones, comes in off of the JV bench. Well, that neutralizes the height advantage somewhat. My goodness.
There you go.
And that's a foul against Behan. Number 5, Riley Carmichael checks in for Zumwalt.
Amazingly, that's her first foul.
I know.
I would try to take it at her every chance I could, see if we could get her out.
Henderson for the long two. It's off the rim. Where were our rebounders? There were 3 white jerseys down underneath. Good job by Kaylee Martin, who came from behind to steal it. And we've got a jump ball near the top of the key. Good work, ladies. Jones inbounds and gets it right back. And she's fouled from behind by Behan. Timeout taken by Fort Zumwalt East, and we'll be back.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right, let's see what adjustments were made coming out of that timeout. East sends out the exact same squad, as does Ellsbury. Pardon me. And it's out of bounds, last touch by the Lions. And there's, yep, another Lions steal. To my eyes, and the Lions take a trip to the glass. It's no good, but they draw the foul. That is going to go against Bristol Jones. I was going to say, to my eyes, Ellsbury had 3 shot opportunities down here last time. They didn't take any of them.
They had several possessions in a row.
Behan misses the first. She's about a 50% free throw shooter tonight, or seems that way. And she proves me right. (25-16), a 9-point Lion lead. Here comes Kaylee Martin. Let's see what Ellsbury can do to answer. Josie Horn gives it up to Henderson. Henderson for the 2, and that's Ellsbury's first bucket of the third. Brings them to within 7.
Oh.
Several near turnovers for the Lions, but they hang on. Behan with a nice spin move. The shot doesn't fall.
She had a wide open look.
Bristol Jones gives it up to Tyra Henderson, who takes it all the way to the glass. The shot doesn't fall, but she draws the foul. That's number 33, Lauren Stern. Hard to believe it's her first foul, too.
Yep.
She put a lot of oomph into that. I thought it was going to bounce right off the glass, but she got it to fall, and it brings Ellsbury to within 6. Behan is going to take a seat for the Lions, and we need to capitalize on her absence all we can. I don't think it'll last long. Henderson misses the first. It's off the front of the rim, rebounded by Ford Zumwalt. Baseline drive. The reverse was off the bottom of the rim. Bottom of the backboard, rather. Blocking foul against number 3, Quiera Johnston. Madison Kinsler throws up a prayer that is rebounded by Zumwalt, and we've got a whistle. That's against Madison Kinsler. I guess she was a little too aggressive in trying to get the ball back. Behan checks back in, but she's a little confused. Good work by Ellsbury. Josie Horn forces the steal, and there's another one forced by Henderson, who dribbles right into the 4-on-1 and draws the foul. I think that's going against Johnston. There won't be any shots, but it brought Ellsbury back to within 4. Martin inbounds to Kinsler, who's quickly double teamed. Jones now with nowhere to go. And all of a sudden the Lions have figured out how to defend us a little bit. Martin off the glass for 2. And that brings the Lady Indians back to within 2. That was nice.
She might have gotten away with carry.
It's the second foul against Bristol Jones, and it sends the Lions back to the stripe. Another awkward shot that somehow finds its mark as number 33 Lauren Stern checks back in for Zumwalt. This has been an interesting game. Johnston shooting now for the Lions, and she misses the second. Kinsler for the long 2.
Oh.
No good. Rebounded by Behan. We needed that one. We're within 3. Coast-to-coast passing by the Lions results in another turnover. Under 50 seconds remaining here in the third. Somebody's got to help. Jones has already taken a step. Horn has it slapped right back at her by Behan.
Gets it
and
back.
She steals it back. You got to love it. Jalen Head checks back in for Zumwalt as Johnston takes a seat, and it's going to be Lions basketball. Oh, we got away with one there. Johnston checks back in as Jalen Head has a seat, and we've got a timeout taken, and we'll be back.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Coming out of the timeout, Ellsbury sends Josie Horn, Madison Kinsler, Bristol Jones, Tyra Henderson, and Kaylee Martin. Ellsbury needs the 3 to tie. They're not going to get it that way, but they hang on. And that one, when it left her hands, looked like it might have a chance. But at the buzzer, it stays 26-23, and we'll take another quick break.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, the last 8 minutes. What is it you always say, Chris? You can tell who's going to win the game by who comes out strong at the end of the third?
No, who comes out strong the beginning of the third?
Beginning of the third. Horn for the long 2, and it clips Webbing. Ellsbury is within 1. And the Lions from the high post buy themselves another 3. Henderson on the baseline, and she puts it up and in. 28-27. That one is off White, but we've got an injury. She may have hit the floor face first. That's number 23, Jalen Head. Horn inbounds for Ellsbury. Henderson with nowhere to go. She gives it right back. And several near turnovers.
Oh,
Horn hangs on. Hagemeyer's shot doesn't fall. Ellsbury gets the rebound. The putback doesn't fall. The Lions have it stolen right out of their hands. And that one's going to go against Jalen Head, her 4th. Third. I would have sworn that was her 4th foul. No shots. And Martin looks to inbound, finally does to Henderson. And the Lions force the jump. They're saying the possession arrow favors Zumwalt, so they're going to switch it up. Good quick ball movement by Zumwalt to get to the basket and to lay one in. They're up by 3 again. Oh. Some things just hurt to watch. That was a pass that I don't think was ever even touched by an Ellsbury player. To the basket. Behan's shot doesn't fall, but she's going to shoot. That's against Hagemeyer. Her fourth. Behan hits the first. As Claire Henry checks in for Bristol Jones, who gets a well-deserved congratulatory welcome to the bench. Behan misses the second. Horn nearly turns it over again. Martin misses, but gets the rebound, feeds Henderson, and Henderson is able to drop it in. 31-29. It's a blocking foul against Martin.
Foul called on Indians number 2, Martin, her third.
That's her third, and it sends Jalen Head to the stripe. The shot doesn't fall. Behan has the rebound. Her putback doesn't fall. I can't see that into the court, Chris. What's going on?
Behan went for a shot that didn't even hit rim, and somehow they said it was out on Ellsbury.
Well, it ends up not making any difference at all as Ellsbury has it back. Horn with the baseline drive, and it slapped right out of her hands, but Ellsbury gets it back. Martin to the basket, no good. Rebounded by Behan. Madison Kinsler set to check back in for Ellsbury. They're only trailing by 2. Nice screen by Behan. That is against Josie Horn, I believe. And it sends Head back to the stripe. She misses again. As Kinsler checks back in for Ellsbury and Johnston checks back in for Zumwalt. Kaylee Martin and Riley Carmichael take a seat. Head goes 1 for 2 at the stripe. It's 32-29, under 5 remaining here in the game. Kinsler dribbles into the double team and has it stolen. Here comes Johnston all the way to the glass, and it's good.
Oh my goodness.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Indians, and Claire Henry showing a little bit of her sister's temper. And Head got away with steps. Johnston now on the outside, nearly has it stolen away, but hangs on. And the pass to Behan is knocked away. The Indians aren't going anywhere yet.
Neither is Fort Zumwalt.
No, they're not. Like I said, this has shaped up to be a very interesting game. Wasn't sure what to expect watching warm-ups. Kinsler inbounds to Henry, who draws the foul against number 24, Maya Walbling, I guess. Based on her body language anyway. It'll send Henry to the stripe as number 5, Riley Carmichael, checks back in. And Wolbling takes a seat. Henry hits the first. Brings Ellsbury to within 4. The second shot misses, and Behan controls the rebound for the Lions. Head all the way to the basket. Unchallenged, 36-30. Another turnover as Johnston steals it away from Kinsler. What happened, Chris?
Turnovers.
And the Lions failed to score on that possession. Megan Hagemeyer wasn't taking any chances with the rebound.
Ellsbury looks completely disorganized.
Josie Horn wants the baseline drive, but the Timbers much bigger, and she doesn't dare. Another near steal as Henry steps inside. She wanted the shot. That's a lot of clock that's gone by. And Ellsbury takes a much needed timeout. Let's see if they can reset. We'll be back.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right, under 3 minutes remaining in the game. Ellsbury has possession. They trail by 6. There's an inbounds pass to Henry, who gets it to Henderson, and Henderson is fouled from behind by Lauren Stern. Ellsbury worked that to perfection. Henderson gets it to finally rattle home. She makes good on the second as well. It's a 4-point Lion lead, and into the game once again for Zumwalt is Maya Wolbling. Blocking foul either against Henderson or against, looks like it's against Henderson. That'll send Head back to the stripe. The shot doesn't fall, and Megan Hagemeyer has the rebound. Here comes Kinsler. She finds Martin over on the left side. Martin with a nice pass, but I think Hagemeyer misread it. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellsbury. Good hustle by Martin, though, to try and get it back. Good work by, I think that was Kaylee, was it Kaylee Martin and Megan Hagemeyer that teamed up to force that out of bounds?
I think it was Hagemeyer and Henderson.
There's a timeout taken by Zumwalt. We'll be back.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right. Under 2 minutes remaining. Ellsbury trails by 4.
For as many turnovers as Ellsbury's had, I'm surprised this lead isn't more.
Zumwalt has missed a lot of those shots that followed their steals, though. That's kept us in. That is not going to win this ball game. The inbounds pass thrown right out of bounds on the other side. Now the Lions get it back. Out of bounds, and it's going to come back Ellsbury's way. A missed opportunity for Zumwalt that would have,
wide open missed opportunity.
Yeah, would have put one of the final coffin, or nails in the coffin, I think. Ellsbury got away with one there. Nice pass to Megan Hagemeyer down underneath. And her two-pointer brings it to within 2. Out of bounds, and it's going to come back to Ellsbury. They have a chance to at least tie. A minute and a half. A lot can happen. And that's not going to do it. It's picked off.
My God.
And another timeout taken by Zumwalt. Man, an ulcer inducer.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Coming out of the timeout, the Lions will have possession. Blocking foul against Kaylee Martin, I think.
That's going to be 4 on her.
I believe that's going to send Riley Carmichael to the stripe. Carmichael misses the first. Misses the second as well. Did we have a lane violation?
I'm assuming so.
Misses all three. And who's going to come up with the loose ball? It's Hagemeyer. It's out of bounds, last touch by the Lions. Kinsler for three, and she buries it. It brings Ellsbury up 37-36. And the Lions throw it away. And Coach Dell wants the timeout with under 40 seconds remaining. We're going to stay with you. No way I'm getting stuck out in the middle of a commercial on this one. You can tell Tess Weekly down there wishes she was dressed and out there. She just isn't comfortable as a spectator. (37-36), a 1-point Ellsbury lead with 37 seconds and some change left on the clock. Kinsler, Hagemeyer, Henderson, Henry, and Martin will finish this one out for Ellsbury one way or another. Henry has it in the backcourt, and she draws the foul. That's going to go against Riley Carmichael. Number 24, Maya Waldling, checks back in as Johnston has a seat for the Lions. And Henry is at the stripe. Henry hits the first. I don't think she thought it was going in. Misses the second. It's rebounded by the Lions. Out of bounds, last touched by Ellsbury. Behan to the basket, and she's fouled. That one's on Hagemeyer, and it might be her fifth. It is.
It is. What are we doing?
I don't know. So Bristol Jones is coming in for Ellsbury. And Tyra, no, Kaylee. Okay, so nobody's coming out, never mind. That was a little weird. Behan misses the first. She misses the second as well.
Airballs. Wow.
Timeout taken by Ellsbury. Once again, we're going to stay with you. There's only 16 seconds remaining in this one, unless the Lions tie and send us into overtime. That's the last timeout for Ellsbury. Zumwalt's taken quite a few. You'd think they would have run out first.
No.
Ellsbury turnover, and here come the Lions. And that's a blocking foul against Ellsbury, and that is just about as emotional as I've seen Coach Carrie Cogdell. That's against number 43, Tyra Henderson.
And it looked like her feet were planted.
Josie Horn set to check back in for Ellsbury. As the first charity shot for the Lions falls.
Oh,
the second one misses. Lions with the rebound and the putback.
And it's
And
over
we've
the
got
back
a whistle,
on.
and that one's going to go against Behan. I think she fouled on the second rebound attempt.
Ellsbury got a break there.
Kaylee Martin's going to shoot, it looks like. No, Claire Henry. Henry makes the first. In for the Lions, number 5, Riley Carmichael. In for the Indians, number 15, Josie Horn. Bristol Jones takes a seat for Ellsbury. 39-37 with 7 seconds remaining. Henry misses the second. Rebounded by the Lions. Let's see what they can do with 4 seconds. Oh no! The floater at the buzzer ties it and sends this game into overtime. When will I learn to watch my mouth? $39-39 after 4. So we're going to set them up again. I can't believe it. Or is there some discussion about whether that shot counts?
No, I think they're calling it good.
All right, so 4 minutes put back on the clock. My goodness. Next time I even look like I'm going to say something like that, we're brothers. Go ahead, punch me right in the mouth. All right, so coming out to play the overtime segment, Madison Kinsler, Bristol Jones, Claire Henry, Kaylee Martin, and Tyra Henderson.
This game comes down to free throws. Had Claire Henry made that second free throw, that floater wouldn't have mattered.
There were 3 unproductive trips to the stripe for the Lions, weren't there? Had they made even a few of those, it would have been a non-issue. But as it is, it's a brand new game, except for the legs out there that might be tired. And the Lions control the tip-off. Oh my gosh. They left Behan all alone, and she played hopscotch to the basket to make it 41-39. Henderson to the basket. The shot's no good. She got the rebound. The putback, though, was an impossibility. And that was Head, I think, who went all the way to the glass, and it's 43-39. I think that shot at the buzzer energized the Lions, and they definitely have the advantage.
Well, and they got the advantage anyway.
With Hagemeyer fouling out.
Hagemeyer's out of this overtime, so.
There's an Ellsbury turnover.
And I'm pretty sure if Kinsler gets another one, she might be out also.
Zumalt dribbles off the foot, and the Indians get it back. Already under 3 minutes remaining here in the overtime. It's amazing how quick the time can go. Kinsler inbounds to Martin. Good ball movement into Henry, whose shot is off the back of the, or the bottom of the backboard. For 3. The shot misses. So does the putback. Kinsler has it for Ellsbury. Henderson's bounce pass is picked off, and Claire Henry commits the foul against number 24.
Henderson
Mayla
had a
Woldling.
wide open look at the free throw line.
I want Ellsbury to pull a win out of this one, but I hate to see a missed free throw no matter who's shooting it. She sinks the second, making it a 5-point basketball game as Johnston checks back in for Zumwalt. Carmichael takes a seat. Here comes Kinsler for Ellsbury, hands it off to Henderson. Henderson into Jones, who's double teamed. And the Indians hang on to the ball barely. Kinsler drives the baseline. Jones is rejected underneath. Oh. And Kaylee Martin fouls Head with 1:19 remaining. That's Kaylee Martin's 5th foul. She's a scrapper, that'll cost us.
Yep.
Head misses the first. Hits the second to give the Lions a 6-point lead.
And I don't think Ellsbury has scored in this overtime yet.
They have not. It was 39-39 with that buzzer shot. Kinsler goes all the way. The reverse is no good, and there were 3 white shirts waiting for that rebound. It's Kinsler with the foul.
That might be her 5th.
Her 4th.
No, 4th.
Head hits the first. The lead is 7. I don't see us coming back from that in 35 seconds as Riley Carmichael checks in for Johnston. Head misses the second. Horn has the rebound for Ellsbury. She takes it all the way down and dribbles into much taller defenders before losing the ball. Behan fouled. Was that Horn or Kinsler?
That was Horn. Kinsler stayed off because she has 4. And Ellsbury's just had their winds taken out of their sails in this overtime period.
That shot at the buzzer hurt. Behan hits the first, making it 47-39. Boy, I never honestly thought they would tie it when I said that.
Lesson learned.
The second one's off the rim. Henderson down underneath, draws the foul. Number 33, I believe, Lauren Stern.
Too little, too late.
It is. Henderson's first shot rattles home. The second shot misses. Jones has the rebound. Kinsler for three, no good. Jones with the rebound again. She should have spun around and put that right back up. That cost us time. There's a whistle with 2 seconds remaining. And that's going to go against Lauren Stern as well.
Henderson will shoot 2.
Henderson misses the first. The second one flirts a little bit, but decides to fall. And at the buzzer, the Lions have pulled out a win, 47-41. We'll be right back.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right, fans, we are back, and with the loss, we will not attempt a player of the game interview. Generally speaking, we don't do those with losses anyway, but with losses like this, we especially don't try it. I do want to briefly acknowledge our co-People's Bank and Trust players of the game, even with the 6-point loss in overtime. I think I would like to award shared status to Tyra Henderson and to Bristol Jones. Both of them made a difference in this game, and at certain points small ways, and at certain points bigger ways. I don't think we would have been able to hang with the Lions the way we did had Henderson not come in and fought as hard as she did for rebounds and for steals. And I don't know about you, Chris, but when Bristol Jones came into the game, it seemed to at least temporarily even out the mismatch in height, and it neutralized Behan for a little while, and she got 2 quick fouls that changed the nature of the game a little bit and put the tempo back in Ellsbury's favor. So even though things didn't work out for the Lady Indians, I liked some of the things that I saw, and I hope to see more of those sort of, I don't want to say experimental things, but giving some of the younger players and some of the less experienced players a chance to get in there and see what kind of an impact they can make in the game. So congratulations to tonight's co-People's Bank and Trust players of the game, Tyra Henderson and Bristol Jones. We will be back with you tomorrow night, and we will be at Ellsbury as our boys face Fort Zumwalt East, and hopefully they can enact some small measure of revenge for the loss here tonight. Until then, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening.